What's up to all my grown folks? We back with another one. Today we talking about child support, relationships, breaking up, people keeping their children from the other parent, and the traumatic effect that we're seeing now today in the social media age in these different spaces of the effects that it's had on our communities. Let's get into it.
To the women out there that collect child support, before you get a man locked up for missing some payments or not making payments at all, listen to this video and hopefully you reconsider your thoughts. Now, just because a man is on child support and or missed payments don't make him a bad father. Like, one on the noise with that is it's men out here that live with their kids that don't do nothing with them. But the criminal justice system is so upped up. If you get locked up for missing your child support payments, you will be in jail with the most dangerous people in your city. Like Philadelphia, it doesn't matter if you owe traffic tickets, child support, you will get locked up and be in the same jail cell as the most dangerous people in the city of Philadelphia. Now, my question is this. What are you going to tell your kids if your kid's father get locked up and he die in prison for protecting himself? I'm sorry, y'all, but daddy wasn't making his payments, or, he missed a few payments and, he hurt me so bad, man, I wanted his locked up and unfortunately he got killed in jail. You think they're going to forgive you for that?
Nope.
It's kids and fathers that mend their situations and it's like they never missed a beat. Don't have your kids hating you because you got their father locked up and God forbid he got.
As a functioning adult, you shouldn't need a court system to tell you when to get your child, how to pay, what to pay, and all of that. I think that institution, that business, because child support is a business, the state gets a percentage of those payments. I think that is something that people use to hurt one another, that people use to take control of the other person. People use that as a to be petty and as a get back on the person for not wanting to be with them. And we should, as functioning adults, we should not need a child support system. And I get it. We have some who without child support wouldn't do for their child because, as the next video is going to show, they didn't even want said child.
This is going to sound harsh and a lot of you guys are going to be upset about this, but you guys need to stop having children with men who are not trying to be with you, who are not obsessed with you, who do not want kids with you, and then complaining about how they are bad fathers. Because you are bringing children into dysfunctional families and then getting upset about the ramifications of a dysfunctional family. If you are such a good mother, you had the ultimate choice on who was going to be your baby's father. And you chose out of selfishness. And then you want to run your mouth talking about, oh, he's not a good father. But are you a good mother? Because why did you have a kid out of wedlock? Why did you have a kid with someone who was not entirely excited and obsessed with having a kid with you? But you want to complain. Okay, sis.
I'm 26, bro. I'm 26. My mom kept me away from my dad for 26 years. You know what kept me away from him? My mom told me that my dad said I was a mistake and kept me away from my father. Every time, this been looking for me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
He's been looking for me. I finally talked to my dad. He's a good dude. My mom told me my dad has not paid child support since I was a kid. I finally meet this. He has envelopes full of shit proof showing he's been paying child support. Put my son back on the phone. No, it's my son too. What do you want? Put my son back on the phone. And I'm listening to my mom. All that slapping, abuse, and beating me up, choking me when I'm on the floor, beating me with belts, wrapping hangers around other hangers. My mom turned into a 2-year-old little girl when my dad started talking to her. She talked to me like my entire life. He's yelling on the phone, you mad because I left you. And I didn't want to be with you no more. And you kept my son away from me as a weapon.
Okay, so the clips that you saw were leading up to this Facebook post. My 16-year-old daughter feels entitled to my child support I get from her father. How would you handle this? I also think her father is putting things in her head. Either way, the money he sends is for me to care for her, and she doesn't grasp paying my bills, which also benefits her siblings, is a part of this. So that's the mom, and here's the what the girl put. My dad told me how much he pays you in child support, and he showed me. I just don't understand how my dad pays $1,900 in child support, and when I ask for something, you say no. Also, use the money my dad sends to take care of me to spend on Erin and Jess, her siblings. When I ask for something, it's always a problem, and you threaten to take my phone away when I do anything you don't like. If it wasn't for me being here and my dad paying, you couldn't afford to keep the house. I do love you, but I feel like you take advantage of having me here. I'd rather live with my dad, and I just want you to allow for it to happen without making a big issue. I don't think it's right. I don't benefit from my dad's child support, yet you spent it. So let's break this down. Let's get into it now. First of all, what the mom said is true. Her dad has definitely put things in her head because the dad is open. I'm assuming this is some kind of teenager. The dad is very open about what he's paying. For one, I'm not pro child support for various reasons. If you watch me, you know that. If not, we'll probably get into some of that. But so the mom gets $1,900 a month, and that money is not spent solely on the child. And even though I'm not an advocate for child support, I do understand that you can't give a teenager $1,900 a month. I do get that, or a tween, or a minor. However, I do think that a nice portion of, first of all, I think $1,900 is a lot for one kid, but I do realize that, a child can't manage that. But I just don't get people receiving child support and that money going towards your bills because, as the mother said, you benefit from that. I mean, you'd have to pay your bills regardless. And what about the bills at the other parent's house when that child goes over there? What about their bills, their electricity, their water usage? I just don't understand that, y'all. I've never dealt with child support. My father was never on child support. I obviously didn't put my husband on child support. So I don't really get how this goes. It just doesn't make sense to me how there needs to be this much. I know I don't spend $1,900 a month on my kids. But then again, I don't know, that could be like a mortgage payment. I don't know. But, and then I'll never understand money for one kid and you splitting it between 3 kids. Where are their fathers? Why on earth do we do these things? And then we have these outcomes like the gentleman that I played for you, who's like, his mother basically lied his whole life, kept him away from his dad, and his dad was paying child support. I don't get it, other than people take advantage of the system, take advantage of getting this money and live above their means and goof off with it and splurge on it and not really put something up for the child and do what these kids need. And then that's it. $1,900 a month, depending on how you live, that could be your entire income for the month, depending if you live a more modest lifestyle. And it's like the girl saying every time she asks for something, the mama's telling her no. And I agree with the girl. Yeah, you need to go live with your father. You definitely need to live with your father. Depending on the age and the way and the tone, I guess, it could be considered disrespectful. But as kids get older, they question things. They have their own minds. They think about things. And I think it's a slap in the face, actually, to get money for a kid and spend it amongst your other kids. Like, you should have had them all by the one person rather than another person who may not be doing as much. And then you expect that person to split their support. It's crazy, the decisions that we make, and then how people, I know people who put utilities in their kids' name that ruin their kids' credit and name before they even become adults. We make stupid decisions, myself included now, make stupid decisions when we're younger, and then you have to deal with those consequences as you get older. And I think this is tragic that this mother is obviously so reckless that the child had the nerve to message the mother and say these things to her. To me, this child, especially if she's like doing her chores, good in school, not being real fast, why are you saying no and threatening to take her phone? Because she has enough sense to question what's going on with the money. And of course the dad is telling her, because when she probably asked for something extra, dad is probably like, shit, I'm giving up $1,900 a month. Ain't no extras. I don't understand. And then the mom said it out her own mouth that the daughter doesn't grasp paying my bills, which also benefits her. She referred to it as my child support. and it benefits her siblings too. The fact that you said my child support is wild to me. I know some of y'all gonna come for me for this one, but I don't care. I've never been an advocate for child support because, again, I had two parents who were functioning adults who figured it out, who didn't need the system to tell them how to take care of us, you know. And no, I didn't always agree with things that my mother did with the money that my father gave. No, I didn't always agree with it. However, my mother took care of us the best she could, and my dad did what he could. He had more money, so financially there wasn't any issues with him. But I just can't fathom even having to have another entity tell me what to do and how to raise my child. And when it comes to money, a lot of our people, let's keep it real, are greedy, are money hungry. We mismanage money. We blow our money to show off, to impress other people, to keep up with the Joneses, to one up the next person. Everybody wants to wear designer, live beyond their means. I know somebody who has 3 rents, who literally has 3 different places. I'm gonna just call them places. They're not all primary residence, but somebody who paying 3 rents. And now they struggling. Like, come on, why would you have 3 rents in the first place? You know, so our people are notorious for being consumers, for just spending money, for putting our kids on the back burner. A lot of us resent our kids, don't want our kids, resent the fathers. And so what our kids, how they feel and what they think. There was a time where you couldn't even say nothing like this. You'd have got beat, you know, for questioning your parents' authority, right? But a lot of us, we are disrespectful to our children. I'm not saying our kids can't be disrespectful too, but I'm just talking about us as parents. We need to do better. A lot of us are trash parents, just to keep it real. We want to chase our youth and chase those missed times and missed parties and missed events so much that we'll do stuff like this. When this child get of age, this child is out of there. They're going to have a rocky relationship when this child gets on their own, because they're going to think about all of this stuff. And then what you going to do when this child turn 18, when your child support is gone? How you going to take care of Aaron and Jess then without that child support? So I hope we can learn from this. We can mend relationships and do better for us and our children, because this ain't it. And again, the reason I hope you guys kind of picked up why I'm anti-child support, because I feel like I've had women tell me, and I know for a fact that people use child support for all kind of foolishness and not the child. People go get drunk. They use that money to buy their lean and they pills and go buy outfits to go party with. And these kids lack. Things are way more expensive nowadays, and people take that child support money and they blow it and they bullshit it. And you cannot tell me that people don't do it. And again, I'm not trying to make it seem like men are perfect. There are some men that if it was not for child support, that child probably wouldn't get anything. There are some men who quit their jobs so they can duck and dodge child support. I'm not naive. I know it go both ways, but we're going off of what we have here, and this ain't it. But I'm going to end the video, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the content, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.